He wasn't your typical Hollywood heartthrob, with a name seemingly manufactured by a Hollywood screenwriter. But Dabney Coleman, with a sly grin and eyes that could twinkle with mischief or pierce with intensity, carved his own path to stardom. He wasn't afraid to play the antagonist, the cynic, the character who challenged conventions and left audiences both amused and slightly unnerved. He was a master of comedic timing, his delivery as sharp as a well-aimed barb, often leaving viewers wondering if they should laugh or recoil, and he possessed an unforgettable sneer, one that could convey a world of emotions, from disdain to amusement, sometimes both at once. His characters were often flawed, sometimes downright unlikable, yet they possessed a certain magnetism that kept audiences glued to the screen. He could be charming and debonair one moment, then turn on a dime to reveal a darker, more menacing side. Whether on television or the big screen, Dabney Coleman brought a unique blend of charisma, wit, and unpredictability that made him a true original in the entertainment industry. Dabney Wharton Coleman's story began far from the bright lights of Hollywood, in the heart of Texas. Born on January 3, 1932, in Austin, Texas, he grew up surrounded by the warmth and traditions of the South. His father, Melvin Randolph Coleman, was a lawyer, while his mother, Mary Wharton Rice, hailed from a family with deep roots in the Lone Star State. After graduating from high school in Austin, Coleman went on to pursue higher education at the Virginia Military Institute. While at VMI, he excelled in his studies and discovered a passion for acting, participating in numerous theatrical productions. Following his graduation from VMI in 1953, Coleman served a stint in the United States Army. Upon his honorable discharge, he enrolled at Yale University, immersing himself in the study of drama. His time at Yale proved to be formative, providing him with a solid foundation in the principles of acting. Armed with a world-class education and an unwavering determination to succeed, Coleman set his sights on New York City. The stage was set for Dabney Coleman's rise to stardom, a journey marked by talent, perseverance, and an uncanny ability to captivate audiences with his unique brand of charm and wit. New York City in the late 1950s was a melting pot of creativity and ambition. Coleman, fresh from his studies at Yale, dove headfirst into the city's vibrant theater scene. He took on a variety of roles, both on and off Broadway, immersing himself in the world of live performance. As Coleman honed his skills on the stage, he also began to explore opportunities in the burgeoning world of television. He landed guest roles on popular television shows such as The Invaders, The Outer Limits, I Dream of Jeannie, and That Girl, showcasing his versatility and comedic timing. His ability to seamlessly transition between dramatic and comedic roles caught the attention of casting directors and producers. One such opportunity came in the form of a recurring role on the long-running soap opera The Doctors. The 1970s witnessed the rise of Dabney Coleman as a force to be reckoned with in the realm of television comedy. He secured a string of roles in iconic sitcoms that showcased his impeccable comedic timing. One of Coleman's most memorable early roles was that of Merle Jeter in the critically acclaimed sitcom Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. His portrayal of the bumbling, lecherous neighbor provided endless comedic fodder and earned him widespread recognition. Following the success of Mary Hartman, these early successes in television comedy established Dabney Coleman as a household name. His characters, though often flawed and eccentric, were always relatable and endearing in their own way. While television provided a fertile ground for Dabney Coleman's comedic talents, he also made his mark on the silver screen. His film roles showcased a different side of his acting range, allowing him to delve into more dramatic and nuanced characters. He co-starred in the epic Midway with Henry Fonda and Charlton Heston. One of Coleman's most memorable film roles was that of Franklin Hart Jr. in the 1980 comedy 9 to 5. As the sexist, egotistical boss who terrorizes his female employees, Coleman delivered a performance that was both hilarious and cringeworthy. Another notable film role came in 1982 with Tootsie, in which Coleman played the role of Ron Carlyle, the pompous director of a popular soap opera. His performance was a masterclass in comedic timing and delivery. Throughout the 1980s and beyond, Dabney Coleman continued to balance his television and film work. He was a rare protagonist in the Henry Thomas vehicle Cloak and Dagger, playing a super spy, or in the Matthew Broderick hit War Games as a military man desperate to stave off World War III. In between his film work, he headed up 2 television shows, Buffalo Bill, about a TV host in Buffalo, New York, who hilariously bullies guests and crew with his tantrums, and The Slap Maxwell Story. Focusing on a caustic sports writer with a knack for acquiring lawsuits, he brought depth and humanity to every role he tackled, whether it was a comedic foil, a dramatic lead, or a supporting character. One of his most poignant of roles was in the drama On Golden Pond, with cinematic greats Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda. Despite his public persona as a master of sarcasm and comedic cynicism, Dabney Coleman was a private individual who guarded his personal life fiercely. He rarely gave interviews and preferred to let his work speak for itself. However, behind the guarded exterior lay a man of depth, intelligence, and a strong sense of family. Coleman was married twice, first to Anne Courtney Harrell in 1961. The couple had one child together, a daughter named Quincy, before divorcing in 1969. He later married Jean Hale, an actress known for her roles in television shows like Perry Mason and Batman. Their marriage, which lasted from 1974 to 1984, produced 3 children, Kelly, Randy, and Christopher. Later in his career, Coleman had a role in the big screen reboot of the Beverly Hillbillies as Mr. Drysdale. His comedic chops perfectly enhanced the film, which featured his old co-star from 9 to 5, Lily Tomlin. He also had a notable turn in the lauded HBO series Boardwalk Empire, starring Steve Buscemi as Commodore Louis Kestner. Life in the public eye, while often glamorous, can also take its toll on even the most resilient individuals. Dabney Coleman was no exception. In the early 2000s, Coleman was diagnosed with throat cancer, a diagnosis that shook him to his core. He underwent grueling treatment, including surgery and radiation therapy. However, true to his fighting spirit, he faced the disease head-on, determined to overcome it and reclaim his health. He continued to work, though at a reduced pace, taking on roles that spoke to him and allowed him to spend more time with his loved ones. In addition to his health challenges, Coleman also faced personal difficulties, including a contentious divorce from Jean Hale in 1984. Dabney Coleman's unique brand of humor, often described as dry, sardonic, and laced with a hint of mischief, left an indelible mark on the world of comedy. He possessed an uncanny ability to deliver lines with a deadpan expression that could make even the most absurd situations hilarious. One of Coleman's defining characteristics as an actor was his impeccable comedic timing. He knew exactly when to pause, when to raise an eyebrow, and when to unleash a perfectly timed one-liner. His comedic timing was so precise, so instinctive that it seemed effortless. Coleman's comedic influences were as diverse as his range of characters. He admired the work of comedic legends like Groucho Marx, Jack Benny, and Bob Newhart, all of whom mastered the art of dry wit and understated humor. Dabney Coleman's impact on the entertainment industry transcended genres and generations. He was a versatile actor who could effortlessly transition from comedic roles that left audiences in stitches to dramatic characters that tugged at the heartstrings. He brought a unique blend of charisma, wit, and authenticity to every role he tackled, leaving an indelible mark on the world of television and film. Coleman's legacy is multifaceted. He was a pioneer of television comedy, helping to redefine the genre with his groundbreaking roles in sitcoms like Mary Hartman. Beyond his comedic contributions, Coleman was also a respected dramatic actor who brought depth and humanity to every role he played. His last performance was a poignant turn in the cable television smash hit, Yellowstone. As John Dutton Sr., father of patriarch Kevin Costner, he gave a moving emotional soliloquy about life and the deceased wife and son he misses. An actor could only dream of such a fitting end to their career. It was fitting that it was Dabney's. Dabney Coleman left us on May 16, 2024 at the age of 92. The Texan who conquered Hollywood with a sly grin and a twinkle in his eye left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire and entertain audiences today. And with that, we conclude this entry into the Pantheon. Thank you for watching.